Hello, I just wanted to release this quick prophetic word that God gave me a few minutes ago. As I was actually texting with a friend, and she's dealing with the same stuff too also, but God told me, He says, this is a time of testing our faith and our patience and our trust in Him, because the reason it's being tested is because He's moving us to another level and to a new season, and the next season that we're going to is going to require our faith to be strong in Him, and our patience to be strong, and our trust in Him to be strong, so that we'll put it in Him and not man, because a lot of times we tend to put our faith and our trust in man instead of in God, but He wants us to put it in Him and not man. So He's also preparing us for the next season that He has for us to go to and to do different things. So He's preparing us for different things and to do what He called us to do. So that's why He's testing our faith, because like the Bible tells us, if our faith ain't tested, it's not real faith. I mean, it's not true faith without being tested. So it has to get tested to be genuine. So that's the season that we're going into now, where He's testing our faith and our trust in Him and helping us to develop it and make it stronger, so that when we get into that next season and He moves us to do the things that He called us to do, our faith and our trust will be built up in Him, and we won't be moved by the situations and the circumstances that are coming at us, because in this next season we're going to have those circumstances and those situations where if our faith and our trust in Him ain't built up, then we won't be able to do the things that He called us to do. So He's doing this testing now to build our faith and our trust up in Him, so that we'll be prepared for the next season ahead of us. So this is going to be interesting, but He has a lot of good things for us ahead. We just have to keep our eyes and our focus on Him instead of on the things that are going on around us, which these days is really challenging to do, because my patience has been tested a lot lately, the last couple of weeks actually, because my computer, I got a brand new computer, and our laptop computer, and I had to send it back to the Hewlett-Packard because the hard drive went bad, and I only had it for like a week. So I had to send it back to them because it's still under warranty, so they had to, give it another hard drive, and I had to go round and round with them people for the last 2 weeks. So that's been real challenging, because I've been having to go to managers and case managers and, supervisors, and I mean, it's been crazy, but I had to keep going through all these different channels and all these different things just to get my computer fixed and just to get, done what I needed to get done with it. And that's been real challenging, but my friend that I was talking to earlier, texting with earlier, she's dealing with a lot of stuff too lately. So it's a challenging time for all of us. Our faith is definitely being tested, and our patience is being tested too in this season, because God's got a lot of things for us ahead. So He's preparing us for it now, so that when we get into that next season, we won't be moved and we won't be shaken by the things that come at us. So it's going to be an interesting season coming up for sure, for a lot of us. And I know a lot of you are probably dealing with stuff like that already, like I am, and like my friend is, but just keep your eyes and your focus on God, and know that He's working it out for your good behind the scenes. Even though you don't see it now, you will see it later on. He'll shine the light on it, and then you'll be able to see it, and then you're like, oh, it is working out for my good, but it's hard to see when you're in the midst of a storm. It's hard to see the good outcome of it, but just keep your eyes and your focus on God, and He's working it out, for your good behind the scenes. You just don't see it yet, but He's going to shine the light on it soon, so you'll be able to see the good in it pretty soon once He reveals it to you. But you just got to keep your faith and trust and built up in Him, and that's where that comes in, because, like the Bible tells us, to call those things as be not as though they are, to have faith, to walk by faith and not by sight. So we can't walk by what we see. We have to walk by walk by our faith and, the things that we don't see. So it's kind of challenging at times, of course, to do that, but we know that we can trust God and know that He's working everything out for our good, even though we don't see it right now. We will see it, and later on. But I just want to get that word out there to everybody and just tell you, keep your eyes on God, because He's got some good things ahead, and the blessings are coming, and I see financial blessings coming too, which I could use a lot of. That's for sure. I know everybody can use that, but I see financial blessings coming too, financial breakthroughs, and just a lot of blessings that God's going to pour out upon His people. So be prepared for that also as we move into this next season. So it's going to get interesting. But I just wanted to get that word out there. Until next time, keep your faith up and be blessed. Bye.